Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. As you guys can tell by the title, I'm going to be filming a eyeshadow palette declutter, and I did get started last night, but I did not finish is what I'm realizing because I missed a few spots. But I just want to explain a little bit about this video. So I'm getting rid of quite a few eyeshadow palettes because I find myself just not really wanting to go into my eyeshadow palette drawers because they've been so stuffed, and I just need to purge and get rid of some because yeah. So my idea for these palettes is to post them on my Mercari account. I think the cheapest that I can post them for is $3. I see people like declutter their eyeshadow palettes and sell them to, like, I don't know, I see it, and some people are okay with it, some people are not. If you're not okay with it, then you don't have to click that link at all. I will link it in my description for people that are interested. So I'll be only charging $3, or if I don't know, if however the least amount that Mercari will allow me to charge, that's what I'll be charging, and then shipping. And if you want to buy more than one, then don't pay for shipping twice. Just let me know so I can bundle it up for you. And yeah, and what I'm gonna do with the money that I make is I have a Pandora charm bracelet that I'm starting. I only have 2 charms so far. I want the third one to be something that symbolizes my channel and you guys. So I'll put all the money that I make towards a nice little charm to represent you guys because I love y'all. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and insert the footage from last night here, and then we'll pick up where we left off. So first up, we have the Hip Dot Zion palette. I really like this palette. This is gonna go on the maybe pile along with the green one. This is called the C Note palette. These are really pretty, but I don't reach for them. Look at that color, that is so pretty. I don't know, definitely throwing out the packaging though, or maybe I should keep it in case I decluttered it, because then, so I'm gonna put these to the side in the maybe pile. Next up, for Makeup Revolution, I have the Forever Flawless palette, and this is really pretty. This is gonna go in the maybe pile too. However, this one, the Flawless, what is it called, Forever Flawless, I really like this palette, so I'm gonna keep this one for sure. This one, I just don't know. I'm gonna keep it because I don't even know if I used it yet, so keep it. Next, I have this LA Girl, what is it called, the Hollis Slay palette. I have never used this either, but I got it for like $7 on Ulta. It went on sale, so I am gonna keep it because I just got it not too long ago. And look at the packaging, like, that's really pretty. Next, I have the Totally Plastic face palette. This is a face palette, but I use it for eyeshadow, and this is actually at like Marshall's and stuff for like $4 or $5. But I actually really like this palette for like eyeshadow. That's the only time I've used it. Maybe I should try it on my face. I'm gonna keep this. Next, I have the Bronzed Rustic palette from Juvia's Place, which I'm gonna keep. And then I have the I Live, I Love palette, which I've never used, but look at this. Like, this color looks so pretty. I definitely want to try this palette, so I'm gonna keep that. And let's go ahead and get into these Juvia's Place palettes. So first, I have the Nomad palette. I swear, this shade is what keeps me from decluttering this palette. Like, this shade is so pretty to me. I don't know, and I'm pretty sure I have something similar to it in my collection, but the quality is just really good. This looks pretty too. Yeah, that looks pretty too. I'm gonna keep it. And then I have the Warrior. I already know I'm not getting rid of this. This is like one of my favorite palettes. And then also the Warrior 2 with all mattes. I know I'm not getting rid of this either. The Tribe, this was a really good one. Gonna keep that. Then I have the Zulu palette. I feel like I should get rid of it, but I would literally be getting rid of it just to get rid of it. I don't know, let's see. This purple is looking really pretty. I don't know. I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I've had it for a long time and I don't reach for it that often. As beautiful as it is, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. Next I have the LA Girl VIP Desert Dream palette. I bought these and I was so happy about them, and I barely used them. I don't think I've tried this one actually. This one I don't think I've touched. This one I for sure used a few times. I really like this one. This one's nice. And then because I like this one so much, I went and bought more. Let me grab them. So I bought the Hey Hey Vacay. I can't, my hands are not big enough, but this is the Hey Hey Vacay, never used. And then I guess this is the Hey Hey Vacay too. I don't know, but they do have different colors. Wow, definitely untouched. I need to use these because I do like the quality of the main stage palette, and I really wanted more of their shadows, so I'm gonna keep these ones because I need to try them. Let me get a wipe. Okay, next up I have this Too Faced Sparkling Pineapple palette, which I keep on keeping every time I do a declutter. I always keep this because I say, oh, I'm gonna take it with me when I go on a trip, and I never ever do. But it is just so pretty. Look at that. Like, look at the shimmers. They're so pretty, but I'm gonna get rid of this because I don't use it. Like, do y'all see how glittery my hand is from using that palette? I don't like that. But okay, let's move it along. So I got all of those out of the way. Next up I have my Adept Cosmetics palette that they actually sent over to me, and I love this palette, so I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I should swatch some of these shades for you guys. If you guys don't know about Adept Cosmetics, they are really known for their shimmers. They have these very intense, beautiful shimmers. I'm going to show you guys one more, which is going to be this one. Wow, this one reminds me a little bit of that shade that I just swatched in this palette. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of this shade. But then now that I swatched it, it really doesn't. But yeah, Adept has some really good shadows. Now, let's keep it going. I have this pigment stack that I don't think I'm ever going to use, to be honest. It had its moment, but I think I'm going to go ahead and declutter this. I know pigments don't go bad, but I just really don't use it. Next, I have the Dose of Colors Sassy Siennas and Baked Browns palette. I used to really love these, but I don't reach for them at all, like none. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter them both, surprisingly. Next up, I have my Natasha Denona mini palettes. I have the mini sunset palette, and then all of these I got from BoxyCharm when I was signed up. This is the Ayana, the Jubilee, and the Peak palette. I actually do like these, so I'm gonna keep them all except this one. I think I can do without the mini sunset palette, so I'm gonna declutter this one and then keep these three. Oops. Oh, okay, now let's get into these Anastasia palettes that I have such a hard time getting rid of because they're so expensive. And honestly, the quality of all these are good, so it's like, so these are all the Anastasia palettes that I have. First up, I have the Amrezy palette. I love this palette. I need to pull this palette out more, but yeah, I love her, so keep. Then I have the Norvina palette, which I also really like, and it's really messy, and I'm gonna keep it. Then I have the Prism palette. Dang, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I really like this shade right here, this shade, and I liked that one, but I don't know. yeah, they're okay, but I just don't think I'm gonna keep this palette. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna keep it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the Declutter pile. And then we have the Jackie Aina palette. This is not going anywhere. And then I have the Sultry palette, which I really like. I really like that shade, and that dark brown. That black is really good, so I'm gonna keep it. And then further in the back, I have the Emeralds palette from Profusion. This is my only Profusion palette, and I think it's really pretty. Ooh, it is really pretty. Look at that. Yeah, this is really pretty and really affordable, so I'm gonna keep this. Then I have my Urban Decay Basquiat palette, which I definitely keep for collector's purposes because that's just an artist that I respect. I'll show you guys what it looks like since we're here, but it's not going anywhere. And it's pretty, like, it's not that like mind-blowing, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it. And I'm gonna keep the box. It's just one of those things that are special to me. And then, wow, in the back I have a whole bunch of like eyeshadow primers and things that I completely forgot I had. I need to like go through this. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of all of these. They're going in the trash because I don't even think they're any good. Also back here I have some glitters from Colourpop from a couple years ago that I never used. I don't know if it's any good. Yeah, it looks dried up. I'm so mad that I wasted my money like that because these are definitely dried up. I don't know if there's anything that I could even do with this because yeah, they're no good. These are garbage. Such a waste. Okay, so now I'm gonna just speed through organizing this drawer the best way I can. Boom, there it is. Now this drawer. Okay, so starting off with this palette. This palette was sent over to me by Ace Beauty and it is so pretty. I need to try it out and do a video, at least maybe for TikTok, doing swatches or something, and maybe create a look with this palette because it's so pretty. So of course I'm gonna keep it. Next up I have this Viseart palette that I got in a boxy charm. And I really like this palette, so I'm gonna keep it. I didn't realize that I was a little out of frame, so in case you didn't see, it's this Viseart palette that I was showing you guys that I'm gonna keep. And then I have such a hard time getting rid of Colourpop palettes because I was crazed over them for a little while and now I just don't care. First up I have this Hello Kitty palette. I love Hello Kitty and honestly I really like the packaging, and I did create a pretty look with this palette, so I'm gonna keep it. Then I have that taupe. I'm gonna keep these ones like in the cardboard packaging. I know I really like them. And then I have the Baroque palette. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's how I'm gonna pronounce it. The Baroque palette. I use this like once or twice. Then we have the Mandalorian palette. I don't know how to say it, but this palette is one of my favorites from them, so I'm gonna keep it. And then I also went and got, oh, this is the Child palette. This is the Mandalorian palette, and then I actually have not used this. I think I might have used it once maybe, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Then I have the Big Poppy palette. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this one. Actually, this one I'm gonna put in my declutter pile. Next up, I have my Brown Sugar Karuchi and Colourpop collab. I don't think I'll ever get rid of this. And then I have my Golden Coconuts palette with a broken shade, and then I think I took out one of these shades and put them in a C palette. I'm gonna keep that one. Then I have the Baby Got Peach palette. I'm gonna keep this one too. Now these ones, I low-key need to get rid of these, but let's see. I'm gonna take a look at them. I think most of them I took the shades out and put them in a Z palette. This is the Main Squeeze palette. It's gonna go on the Maybe pile. I don't know. I really don't know about this. So maybe not. Then I have the Orange You Glad palette, which I took quite a few shades from for a Z palette. Might as well keep that. I really like the Just My Look palette from them, so I'm gonna keep that. Blue Moon is another one that I haven't reached for in a long time. I took some out for the Z palette though, so I'm gonna keep it. And then It's My Pleasure. I think I took a lot of these out. Yeah. Next, I have the Aura and Out palette. Ooh, it matches my nails. I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna put the shades back in it, and then I'm gonna get rid of this because, yeah, this one didn't impress me that much. And then I have the Honey palette, which I also took shades out. Might as well keep it. Dang, I did not do good in this area, huh? So this one's gonna go. I might as well keep the Main Squeeze palette then, huh? So I have a little rainbow thing going on still. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. So yeah, that's good. Okay, in the front here I have the Ciate London Velvet palette, which I tried to declutter last time and then I brought it back. But I'm gonna get rid of it this time. And I have the Semi and Precious palette that I've decluttered so many times. And I'm gonna declutter it for real this time. So that's going. Then I have the Lush Life palette. I loved this palette and I loved this Cabana Club palette that they put out last year. I really like these. And then I have the Nightmare Before Christmas palette. I wasn't really that impressed with this one, but let me see, because these two colors right here are just looking like something. Yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna keep it. The California Love palette is staying. The At Forest Sight palette, I don't know. I just don't know about this one. This is gonna go in the maybe pile. Next up, I have the Sweet Talk palette, which I like and I'm gonna keep. Then I have the Lemon Cello, I don't know how to say it, palette. And I remember I put this in my Shop My Stash like 4 months in a row and I just was not gravitating towards it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out like what made me like really want to keep this or want this palette, you know? Like it has some really pretty shades, like those are pretty, but I think I'm going to, I think I might declutter this one, or maybe I should put it in the maybe pile. I don't know. I just don't know. Like it's so pretty. I want to do something with it. I really do. But I've given my, okay, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it. And then I have the Colourpop Powerpuff Girls palette, which I'm gonna keep. I think she's cute. The Garden Variety palette. I don't think I've even tried this, so I'm gonna keep it. Then I have the Milan palette, which I really like this one. I'm gonna keep it. Of course, I'm gonna keep my Hocus Pocus palette. Then I have the Midnight Masquerade palette. I'm gonna keep. Then I have this MAC palette. It's called In the Flesh. I'm gonna declutter this one. Next, I have the Retro Paradise palette from Elf. I really did like this one, so I'm gonna keep it. And then I have this little palette that I got off Amazon by You Can Be, and I bought this palette specifically so that Ari can play in it and like do my makeup one of these days. Like, we can do a video together and she can just do my makeup with this palette, so that way if she ruins it, it's okay. It was like only $5, so I'm going to let this be like her little play palette or whatever. Next, I have the Too Faced Natural Matte palette, and I like this for a second, but I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of it. My get rid of pile is about to collapse. Next, I have this Winky Lux palette, and this was gifted to me, so I'm gonna keep it. And then I have my It's My Ray Ray palettes. I love her so much, and I keep these palettes specifically because I just love her so much. And literally they just sit back here as a little display of my love, but I don't know. We'll think about those. What is this? This is the NYX Ultimate eyeshadow palette. I did a look with this, I think that was last summer. I can't remember how it went. Like, did I like this palette? Did I not like this palette? It's pretty, and it's my only NYX palette, so I'm gonna keep it. I'll just leave it up here. Next, I have the Tarteist Pro Remix palette, and this is a really nice palette, but I don't use it, so I think I'm gonna declutter it. But I want to show you guys this really pretty shade. Look at that. Oh, you can't see, but look at that. It's like a black purple. I don't know. Super pretty, but I'm gonna declutter her. And I'm also gonna declutter the Pro palette because I don't use this one either. So these are gonna go. Next, I have this Ofra palette. Oh, I dug my nail in that real bad, but I'm gonna declutter this. I'm not gonna use it. Then next up, oh, I have the Tammy Revolution palette. I'm gonna keep this. This is really, really pretty, and I had a lot of fun using this palette, so I'm gonna keep it. And then, oh, I don't want all these palettes to fall. I have my, oops, okay, I think they're gonna fall. I have my two Morphe palettes. I have the 35C palette, and I like this one. I think it's really pretty and really different. I like the greens and the pinks and the purples, so I'm gonna keep it. And then I have the 35B palette that I believe they relaunched as the Lisa Frank palette. I don't know, I could be wrong, but oh my god, look at me struggling. Dang. Okay, it's just a colorful palette. I'm not sure where you left off, but I'm gonna declutter these two palettes. I love It's My Ray Ray, but it's just time. It's just time. So those are going. Keep that on top so I can remember to use it. But this is the drawer now. And I think I might have some palettes in this. Ooh, I have some palettes in this drawer, I'm pretty sure. I have my little mini Elf palette, and okay. I didn't plan on decluttering face palettes in this video, but I'm gonna get rid of this Glow Glitter Blink palette. I've never used it, and I guess I'll show you guys what it looks like. But and this is what it looks like. It's really pretty, but I never used it, and I don't see myself reaching for it, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it. And then I have this Too Faced Cocoa Contour palette, and I'm also gonna get rid of this because I don't use it. You know, this palette right here, I keep on keeping it because it says wet and dry. And it smells good. And I always swatch these shades and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I need to use this, and I don't never use it. Like, I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm just gonna get rid of it. Like, the shades are pretty, but I need to stop keeping stuff that I'm not gonna use. This Park Ave Princess palette from Tarte. I really like this palette because I can use it not only for myself, but when I do others' makeup. So I'm gonna keep that one. What else? I'm gonna keep all my little Elf palettes because they not hurting nobody. They're not doing nothing wrong. And then this is just like my collector's little items. Everything else I think I'm gonna keep. So yeah, that's it. So over here, my first little section of eyeshadow palettes is this. It's just my 2 Artist Couture palettes. I'm gonna show you guys what they look like. That's that one. That's Ethereal Bloom, and this is the Caliente palette. Really pretty. I'm keeping both of these. Like I said, I don't think I will declutter anything in this section, but I will show you guys just for the sake of the video. And then I have my Huda Beauty Strawberry Dream palette, and then I have these 2 palettes from Rude Cosmetics that I got from Marshall's, and they are really, really pretty. I'm gonna keep them. I feel like most of the palettes over here I got from Marshall's. Like, most of the palettes on my shelves. Then I got the 90s palette, the 2000s palette, and the 80s palette. I'm gonna show you guys these ones, even though I'm pretty sure y'all seen these palettes, but this is the 90s palette. The 2000s remix palette with the really pretty browns and the really pretty purples. And then I have the 80s remix dance palette with all the pretty colorful shades that I need to use. I don't think I've used this one, so I'm actually going to put this one at the top. Put them in order: 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Next, I have my Huda Beauty palettes, and let me show you guys what I got. So I have the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, which is my favorite one. And then I have the Naughty Nude palette, which I like as well. And then I have the Nude palette, which is just okay to me. Hope you guys can see that because I'm like holding these really bad, but that's that. Now going down to the shelf, which have all of my Cara Beauty palettes, all of my Cara Pro palettes I'm keeping. All of these little palettes from Cara I'm keeping. These are all Cara palettes that I'm keeping. More Cara palettes that I'm keeping, and then my BH Cosmetics palettes that I'm keeping. Okay, so let me take you guys to the spot that we missed. So I realized that in this drawer I did not go through these palettes over here, so I'm gonna go through them real quick. First up, I have the Violet Voss I Love You Forever, or Olive You Forever. And I've swatched this, but I've never used it, and it's so pretty, and I keep telling myself I'm going to use it, but I haven't, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. And then I have the Secret of Pharaoh palette that was sent to me by Evan, and because it was sent to me, I'm going to keep it. And it actually is a really, really beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow palette. I'll swatch a few shades to show you guys what I'm talking about. Look at that. Just really, really pretty shades. So I am going to keep this for that reason. It's really pretty and it was gifted, so keeping. And then the Spanglish palette. This is another one that I keep saying I'm gonna use, but I don't ever reach for it. I don't know. Like, I do want to try it out, but I just don't reach for this. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna keep this, but if I don't use it in the next month, I'm gonna declutter this because it's just taking up too much space. So this one is getting decluttered. So now that I've decluttered, as you can see, I have quite a bit of space in this drawer, and I'm considering putting all of my palettes in one drawer, since I believe it can fit. I strongly believe that it can fit, because I did move some palettes out of this drawer somewhere else, and I'll show you guys that in a bit. So these are all the eyeshadow palettes in this drawer, and I think I can fit them in here. I'm not 100% sure though. Don't like it. I guess I'll just have extra room because I'm not feeling that. Guess we can just leave it like that. And this drawer, for some reason, I don't know how to fix it. If you guys have this problem with your Alex 9 drawer, comment down below. Let me know if you know any hacks to get it to come all the way out. And also let me know, because I'm just not understanding what's going on with that. I actually, I wonder if I can just turn everything this way. I'm so tempted to just have one eyeshadow palette drawer. I really am. I feel like eventually I'll get there, but I don't know if the day's gonna be today. I might be able to. I actually might be able to. Okay, I also have this little organizer here that I have some palettes in, and this thing has been on the floor for I don't even know how long. It's all dusty and whatnot. So let's see. I think I know what's in here. It's not that many, so let's just go through it. So first I have the Iconic London Sunset to Sunrise palette, and it's really pretty. I keep telling myself I'm gonna use it, but I never used it. I only swatched it, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this one. And then I also have this iconic palette. This is the Day to Slay palette, and let me show you guys what it looks like. This one is so pretty. Every time I open it, I just fall back in love with it, but I don't use it, and I have a lot of pretty neutral palettes. I have a lot of colors like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and declutter this, unfortunately. And then I have my Avani Greg palette. This palette is now at Marshalls and TJ Maxx, and I like this palette, so I'm gonna keep it. And then I have my Artist Pass palette, which I also like, and I'm also going to keep. And then these are my 2 Z palettes. Oops. This one is like my Catch-All Z palette. Ooh, it looks a little messy up in here, but this is my Catch-All Z palette, and that's supposed to be there. I don't know what's going on. That's supposed to be there. And then here are some of the shadows that I need to pop back in those. I think this one, that one, and maybe that one needs to go back into one of the palettes that I decluttered. And yeah, I just have this Z palette. I worked so hard on this Z palette. This is like, I don't know. I feel like because of this, I really don't need that many eyeshadow palettes, but of course I'm still gonna have a lot because that's just me. And then I have this Z palette with my Give Me Glow shadows, and of course I'm gonna keep this. Of course I'm keeping these because I love. And then this palette that I've decluttered every time I've done a declutter on this channel, every time I've done a declutter on my channel, I got rid of this palette and brought it back for sentimental value. But I'm literally gonna throw this in the trash. Nobody even needs to buy this. It just needs to go. So this one's gone. And yeah, that's it for this little thing here. I think I'll be able to move my other two Morphe palettes in here, as well as, now that I've done that, I think I can fit my palettes in my drawer now. So let's see. That fit, and then these. Okay, there we go. And look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I just have this little thing in here with these little mini eyeshadow palettes, but that drawer is empty now, and this is officially my palette drawer. One more spot I forgot to go through is this spot in my everyday makeup drawer. I doubt that I'm gonna get rid of anything over here because these are like my favorite palettes, but I figured, you know what, let me just show y'all. So this is the Fenty Sunstalker bronzer palette. Love that. The Colourpop Roaring Hearts. Love that. Dose of Colors Dusty Katie Francation palette. The Jaclyn Hill Divine Neutrals. I think this is also at Marshall's now. And then the Latte 2. And these are my Juvia's blush and bronzer palettes. My BH Cosmetics Tulum palette. Wild Child. This is like my favorite Colourpop. Wow. Okay, this is my favorite Colourpop palette. I need to repress that. Then I have the Transition palette. Ooh. The Culture palette, which I need to do a look with. I think I'm gonna do a look with this today because look at those greens, and then my shirt, like that's cute. So I'm gonna put this to the side. And then I have the Sephora Pro palette as well. And I think I'm missing a palette because I believe I had the Latte 1 and 2, and I don't know where the other one is. So there's that. So real fast, I'm gonna count up all the palettes that I'm getting rid of. Let's count them up real fast. So I'm having second thoughts about this at Foresight palette, so I think I'm gonna keep it. Let me just set it to the side. If I decide to get rid of it, then you'll see it on Mercari, but for now I'm gonna keep it. I got rid of 25 palettes. I'm so proud of myself. If you know me personally and you want anything, don't hesitate to let me know, because I'm not opposed to giving some of these away. As long as you come pick it up, I don't mind giving it away. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.